me.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
Welcome to STS Radio.
You just wait and see how far we're gonna go.
Because regular radio fucking sucks.
Welcome to STS Radio. My name is Andrew Moss. With me, as always, Bruce Gates. Hey. Don't forget, you can email the show here at sts_radio@yahoo.com. Find us on Twitter, sts_radio. You can follow myself on Twitter at sts_radio Andrew. Or you can just like us on Spreaker and check out past episodes on Spreaker as well. Check us out on iTunes and YouTube.
Getting that shit out of the way right off the bat, huh?
Woo! I'm too good. Too good. Woo! Brought my dancing shoes. Woo!
Get your plugs in right off the bat.
How many plugs? 5 plugs. 5 plugs. 5 plugs.
Five-time plug.
I got the biggest plugs on the biggest hill on the biggest side of the internet. Woo!
Styling and plugging.
Gotta love Ric Flair, man. I didn't think he was much in the ring, man, but holy Christ, when he got on the microphone, Jesus Christ. It was just hell on wheels. Oh, man. So how you doing?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
That's good.
Can't...
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know... trust me, I got plenty to fucking complain about, but, you know, hey. We'll save that for another fucking podcast.
Raging the Cage 200.
I feel my dignity. It's just being killed.
How are you doing with your recovery process? You only got another couple weeks until you can get back to doing shit. Full tilt, right?
Well, no, I'm back to work next week, so.
Oh shit!
Like I already went back to them and said, hey, you know, February 1st I can come back, no restrictions, because it was I could go back January 18th, but I couldn't lift any more than 15 pounds.
Right.
Like doctor's orders, and like if somebody came through a checkout line with like a box of tiles. Or like an 80-pound bag of cement. I can't exactly wave somebody over and just be like, hey, can you help me lift this up?
Yeah, really.
Can't do that, so.
Not many things in a hardware store that are under 15 pounds.
Yeah, so, I mean, trust me, there's been a couple things going on that's a bunch of bullshit. But we'll wait for the next, Rager, and we'll get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're coming back sooner than you anticipated. That's cool.
Oh, definitely, man.
I actually, I got myself my own yoga mat because I'm borrowing one from you, with the DDP tapes and all that shit.
Yeah.
My mom actually had a yoga mat in her closet or something, so I grabbed hers because she's not using it. So whenever you're ready, I can give you back your tapes, or I should say DVDs, your DVDs and your yoga mat.
It's like, fuck you, I copied everything to tape. I'm keeping the DVDs, you're getting tapes.
That would be kind of funny, but no.
Good luck finding a VCR, asshole.
I did copy them to VHS, though, funny enough. While I was waiting for my grandfather to copy them to DVD for me, he had the DVDs, but I was like, well, shit, how am I going to do the workouts while he has those to copy? So what I did was I just popped in the DVD, hooked it up to a VHS player, grabbed a tape, and just recorded away all the different workouts that I needed for that week or whatever.
Huh.
So I have actually 2 copies. I have DVD copies and I have the tape copy. And Liz and I are feeling a little bit bad, and maybe we want to be honest about, buy it, but...
I don't know. I kind of wish you would sent me a text, man. I could have sent you like the MP3 of all of the workouts and whatnot.
Oh well, fuck, man.
You get that when you buy it too. So.
Yeah, I know. Is it the same as the DVD audio? Like exactly the same?
I believe so. I haven't listened to them, so. Like I can't imagine they'd be any different. So.
Even Liz and I are cracking up about like the way he talks. Hands flat, feet flat, glutes loose. Inhale up into cobra.
Gloosey loosey.
This move, what are you working? You're working your feet. You're working your quads. You're working your buttocks. You're even working your hands. That's right. I said you're working your hands.
It's like, trust me, my hands get enough exercise here. That's like the only things I do anymore. Oh, man. So at least the yoga program's working out for you, though.
Yeah. We also get a chuckle like one of the last times. You know that ignition move, and he talks about like, oh, you act like you're a fire hydrant and you're shooting all the water out or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're doing that shit, and Liz and I are doing it together, and then I look over and she turns towards me like with her arms, like she turns her torso towards me. She's like, "I'm spraying you with water." I was just like, "Fuck you," because I started like laughing and like almost fall over and shit, and I'm like, "Fuck you." We've been kind of like busting each other's balls, trying to make each other laugh while we're working out.
Dude, next time she does that, just get on your hands and knees, lift up one leg. There you go, you win.
That's true.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm going to pee on you. What the fuck?
Water on me, I pee on you.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Circle of life. Watch The Lion King. Bitch.
Shut up! This is working my quads.
And my hands.
And my hamstrings. Yeah,
Well,
right.
I mean, as of today, just to give you an idea of how much progress I've made, when I first started weighing myself, let me see if I can pull it up here. Today is what, the 26th of January?
Yeah.
I first started weighing myself on, let's see, January 3rd, and at that time I weighed 181.8 pounds.
You fat bastard.
My body fat was 27.5%, and my muscle mass was 37.6.
That's all.
As of today, on the 24th, my weight is 169.6. My body fat is 24.4. My muscle mass is 39.4. So I'm losing fat, gaining muscle, and losing weight.
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah, it's over 10 pounds. Actually, almost a solid 12.
Yeah, so and that's not what I'm doing. Like I'm not like getting one of those like fitness wristbands and like going that whole mile and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I've been doing is just going to a fucking gym and just walking.
Yeah.
I mean that's really all I can do for like another week or so.
Right.
And I'm just like, you know what, man? I'm just gonna do it till I feel good. You know,
Yeah.
it's like I remember when I was on like the rapid weight loss diet and all that shit. I was just a nervous wreck, just going like to the scale just every day, just like, how much weight did I lose? Oh, I lost 2 pounds. Oh shit, should have lost 3. What'd I lose? Oh, I gained 1 pound. Well, fuck me, I got to go even harder today.
Yeah, well,
So,
I mean, I wasn't initially weighing myself because I kind of had the same mentality as you, but the nice thing about this scale is that actually you have to weigh yourself like with your with no socks or shoes because it sends a small electrical current through your body. That's how it gets shit like body fat and body water. And the reason that's important is because you could end up actually gaining weight from gaining muscle because muscle weighs more than fat. So you could actually be seeing weight gain even though you're building muscle and losing fat, but you're going to gain weight. So it's easy to get discouraged when you see like, oh, fuck, I gained 1 pound or 2 pounds. But it could actually be a good thing because the more muscle you gain, the quicker you'll burn your fat. So once Liz kind of explained that to me, like I suddenly saw the reason to weigh myself, especially with this thing, to see like, okay, well, because now I can see like, okay, I'm gaining muscle. So if I do gain weight, well, that's why, because it's muscle, it's not fat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
And I'm counting calories, but not like super strict. I'm eating when I'm hungry, and I'm trying to eat better, like I think I mentioned before. But I'm not like super anal about it.
Yeah. By the way, this is one of the greatest endorsements for DDP yoga of all time.
Yeah, I know, right?
Forget the sad music and the guy that's like, I was 583 pounds and DDP saved my life.
I don't know. I think that's a more glowing endorsement than me just being like, I lost 12 pounds and I'm lazy.
No, it's just us going like, this is going to work your glutes and your quads.
Yeah.
That's a ringing endorsement if I ever heard one.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, I'm digging it so far.
And you're gonna
I'm
burn,
digging what I'm doing so far.
yeah. And I mean, you're gonna burn calories when you're laughing too. So I mean, there you go.
Yeah. Exactly.
He's like the Paul Stanley of workout gurus.
He kind of is. You're just waiting for the next goofy thing that he's gonna say.
People, let me tell you something. This next song is gonna work your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings.
There is some annoying bits to it, and I understand there's a 2.0 out now. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but I guess he's changed the system a little bit.
Wasn't aware of that. No.
But like one of the major beefs that Liz and I have is that like, okay, so I'm sure you're aware, like you do the Diamond Dozen. That's like the first like intro, not even really workout. It just shows you a bunch of different moves.
Right.
And then he has you do workouts, and then occasionally he has you go back to the Dime a Dozen to learn more. Well, in the workouts, I find that it's often the case that like he starts having you do moves that aren't in the Dime a Dozen, but yet they're still new. And yet he still has you go back to the Dime a Dozen to check it out, even though he's not necessarily incorporating anything new from it. So it's like, first of all, why am I going back and doing the Dime a Dozen? And second of all, could you maybe explain these new fucking moves that you're throwing at me out of the blue? Because he's like, are you ready? Go! And it's like, what the fuck am I doing? So, I mean, it's not perfect. There are some things about it, or like, you know, you're waiting a long time. He's like, all right, go on the table. And then like he's explaining something or talking to the people in the background. And like for those 5 minutes, you're sitting there in the fucking table position waiting for him to give you the next instruction. You're like, fucking shut up. What's the next thing? Shut up, DDP.
Fucking DDP.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny, but
yeah.
I mean, so far it's working. I mean, fuck, I can't knock it yet.
Yeah. Like you said, though, you got to make it your own.
You got to make it your own. That's the most important thing, because if you don't, you're going to drive yourself crazy like you're talking about at the scale every day and counting every little fucking calorie that goes in your mouth and shit. And it's got to be reasonable.
Exactly. I'll tell you what I have been doing, like, with some of my time, though. I've been keeping up on, like, superhero movie news and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. There's lots to keep up on.
There is lots to keep up on. So, we'll start off with, like, the Suicide Squad. The trailer came out for it recently. Like, full-length trailer, all that shit.
Yeah, it was, like, last week or earlier this week?
I think it was, like,
last
it was last week, yeah.
Yeah.
I seem to be, like, the only one in a crowd. I know I kind of talked to you about this briefly, like, through text and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not fucking convinced about the girl that's playing fucking Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not, because like you look at the trailer, and I even said this to you through text. She seems more like that crazy girl that fucks really good. That's why you hang out with her, instead of, you know, she's the crazy girl that'll fucking like cut your skin off and wear it as pajama bottoms to get a laugh.
Right. That was kind of the whole thing with her, is that she was the only person in the world who could love the Joker, because she was kind of the only person in the world who was equally as fucked up as the Joker.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of her gig. That's her character. And if you take that away, I mean, I think my response to you earlier when we were talking about it was like, you know, I mean, it is just a trailer, so hopefully like the writers did read some paperbacks and shit and actually know what they're doing, but at the same time, like, the trailer's supposed to show you kind of like the highlights of the film and what you're supposed to be like looking forward to, and if you're not getting the characterizations right in the trailer, it makes me worry about the movie.
Yeah.
You know, like you watch, I know we're going to talk about Deadpool, but you talk about like the Deadpool trailer and the characterization of that character. You watch the trailer of Deadpool, it's like, yep, they fucking nailed it.
Oh, yeah.
You know? But I see what you're saying. It's like, well, are they just making this movie to make this movie? Like, because they want to just, they like the idea of this movie because of how well superhero movies are doing. So they're just like, oh, let's get whatever superhero idea we can, just throw it into a fucking movie and let's make it right now.
I don't know, man.
That's how it feels.
To me, this is more like, you know, this is DC's answer to Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, like, hey, we got this ragtag group of heroes. Look at them. One of them's a fucking tree. And then DC's like, we have a superhero team that's made up of fucking villains.
So you think it's more of like a pissing match between DC and Marvel?
It's gotta be, dude.
Yeah.
It's gotta be, and especially like, they're throwing the Joker in there. They're throwing Batman in there.
What do you think of Leto as Joker, by the way? Or Leto, however you pronounce his name.
From what I've seen in the trailer, I'm digging it. Like
I'm digging it, but he's kind of Heath Ledgering the shit out of it.
I don't know, man. Like the way I'm seeing it, it's kind of like, you know, a blend of like the Heath Ledger Joker and the Mark Hamill Joker, which to me is like, holy shit. Okay, now we're on to something.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to Heath. I think he did the Joker well. I just
best live action Joker as far as I'm concerned.
I would just hate to see like every incarnation of the Joker just straight up rip that idea and run with it, because I mean, you got to be more creative than that. We've seen it now. I mean, I guess like a couple more times would be all right, but at some point we have to have an evolution. But I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
not crazy about it, to be honest. I don't necessarily like the look either. Like, Jared Leto's look as Joker just kind of bugs me. Like, I look at him and I'm like, it looks like just some fucking punk kid with green hair who's really... He looks like a pissed off goth kid, is what it looks like.